Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. We are the Hologrumps. I'm Liam.
And I'm Colum.
And we're here today to review an episode of Star Trek Lower Decks, Episode 2, Envoys, written by Chris Kula and directed by Kim Arndt. But before we start, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button if you like what you see here for future content. So, Colum, what did you think of this episode of Lower Decks?
I liked half of it less as much as I liked the first half, and I liked twice as much of it more than I liked the second half. That was gibberish, but like...
I thought you were going into the Bilbo thing.
I was going to, but then I realised that that's actually a compliment, and this is not that good. Do you know what? It wasn't that bad. I mean, there's some stuff I actually liked in it. It doesn't fill my Star Trek itch, but it was good, mind-numbing TV, in my opinion. I'm not a shill.
Well, I doubt you're saying anything too shilly there when you went on to say it's not that good. Yeah, I suppose I'm in the completely opposite point of view, that I didn't think there was anything good about the episode whatsoever, other than, of course, I like the colour scheme and I like kind of the ambience of the ship going boom, 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 boom.
Okay, so since you liked nothing in it, why don't I get out of the way what I actually liked in it? How about we do that? Just so that maybe I can maybe enlighten you on some stuff that I liked. So, what I really liked, first of all, was the opening credits. I know that sounds really silly, but I actually quite enjoyed them. I only really took notice of them this time around. I actually thought they were really Star Trek-y, and they were subtle in the jokes as well, except towards the very end when they were going through warp and they had a giant monster just sucking their power nacelles. But I actually thought it was really cool that, like, you see this ship rising up in front of a black hole and then it gets pulled back into the black hole. I thought that was quite funny, because I always imagine stuff like that accidentally happening to them, accidentally hitting a giant space iceberg.
I don't know, there were some jokes that I enjoyed, like it running away from the battle with the Romulans and the Borgs. I did kind of find that funny, but the other parts I found it just a bit too on the nose.
Yeah, I really I liked it. I really liked that opening credit. Other things I liked in the episode. Let's see. I actually loved that. I'm sorry, I'm terrible for the names, but the cyborg ensign. I really liked his story in it, because I quite liked the fact that people weren't like furious with him. I know they played on the joke that people would be angry with him for leaving their command structure or their area, but everyone was really supportive, and that was like, yeah, well, you know, Star Trek is still incredibly supportive despite his lower deck people being assholes.
It was a good piece of subversion there to have the superior characters approving of his choices.
Yeah, of his wanting to actually move around and for him wanting to be actually happy in what he was doing.
Encouraging him to be a better Starfleet officer to explore different areas of the ship. I did like that part of the optimism in the show.
But other than that, the whole Boimler storyline wasn't that great. It wasn't that strong at all. I mean, there's a load of issues I have with it. First of all, he mentions that they're the same age, himself and the other ensign, who's, again, I'm terrible at names, but he mentioned that they're the same age, and yeah, she's seen so much and knows so much, and yet she's done all these things. It's like she's a trill. She's acting like she's a trill, basically.
I think she said in episode 1 that she'd already served on 4 different starships at that time, and that she'd been caught up in a couple of jams. And that was it. They kind of just wrote it away as why she's so amazing and brilliant.
They just explained it away, yeah.
I hated them two characters together in this episode. I thought it was just the most predictable nonsense I've ever seen on television.
Well, I'd say get used to it.
Get used to it. And the ending was just so contrived. I knew straight away that Ferengi was paid for by her. And the other thing about it was Boimler just became an absolute arsehole back in the mess hall when he's just ratting her out, and any bit of likability he gained, which was very little, was all of a sudden gone, because he was actually just a dickhead ranting about how stupid
she made a mistake.
What's her name again?
I can't remember. Water Park
Mariner. He was going on about how stupid Mariner was.
Water Park.
Well, you gave me the idea with the water. But the other thing as well is they seem to be okay with having a racist stereotype in the Ferengi and saying, don't trust a Ferengi. They're always deceitful. They'll always rob you. They always have ulterior motives. and everyone's okay with that. And
they kind of really play up the stereotypes in this, didn't they? The Klingon who's the drunkard warrior who goes around, No, I think to a certain I think to a certain degree you have to do that, but when you start pointing it out, as the characters start pointing it out and saying, "Look, he's a dirty Ferengi. You can't trust him," then it's not that.
See,
good.
Where do you draw the line between people and alien species? And that's because of the type of company CBS is. That's why I find it ironic that they would put this in. The never trust a Ferengi.
But the thing is, like, he's supposed to be a member of Starfleet, which is supposed to be super inclusive and super friendly to everyone, and really not judging a book by its cover.
And of course, Nog was in Starfleet, so yes, there are Ferengi in Starfleet too.
It's a bit offensive, to a certain degree.
Yeah, Boimler's a bit of a dick, isn't he? And he doesn't like other species. Did he ever give any jabs at Tendi for her green skin?
No, but she's a member of Starfleet, so it's just exclusionary to people who aren't in Starfleet. They're Andorians. Andorians. Do you know? There's a lot of stuff I do like. It's not Star Trek, but I like the little Star Trek nods and stuff, like mentioning the Janeway maneuver and not really explaining what it is. And me half expecting that they were going to pull this joke where the Janeway maneuver is just fire a load of torpedoes.
Yeah. I don't remember the Janeway maneuver involving jettisoning a load of kids into space. I kind of found that was a lost gag there. I would have found it funny maybe if...
Did they jettison the kids, or did they get hit by the meteor?
They got hit by the meteor, yeah.
Into the kindergarten.
There was no real gag there. He just said execute the Janeway maneuver, which meant nothing. It would have been funny if they started putting on the ablative hull or something.
Or they went to transwarp.
They showed up outside a load of transwarp pubs.
Well, look, I didn't think it was that bad. Maybe I was just in a good mood watching it already beforehand, but like it didn't really wound me too much. Because I've kind of, at this point, I've disassociated it from Star Trek because it's a cartoon. And I can fully, in my mind, say that it is, in fact, a cartoon inside of Star Trek.
Yeah.
I can just say that in my mind.
In Star Trek.
Yeah, it doesn't really have any grip on me. I can watch that as happily as I watch any other sci-fi show because I'm not really invested in it. I'm not offended by it either. They aren't changing the canon, That's what hurt me the most in all the other Star Treks, is the fact that they were actually changing pre-established history. And
for that reason, I do enjoy this a bit more because it is built on Star Trek history, and they don't go around changing the canon. At least I haven't noticed that yet.
Well, the thing is, even if they do change the canon, my mind will just not accept that, because it's a cartoon, that is in canon regardless. Yeah. So
I could easily see this as a knockoff of original Trek. It has no relation to Discovery and Picard. It's a completely different aesthetic.
So, if you're ever interested in watching it, I'd say watch it. If it ever comes out somewhere and you don't have to, buy a
pay
CBS.
For it.
Yeah.
Don't pay for it. It's not worth paying for it.
It's good. It's actually good. It's good fun to watch it if it's on in the background, I think.
In your opinion.
No,
the funny thing about us is I kind of liked the first episode and you didn't like the first episode.
Yeah. We're allowed to have opinions it's kind of funny that I didn't like the first episode because I thought it was trying to cram too much into a short space. They really wanted this pilot episode to go well, so they put every good joke they had into it, or every good or joke that they thought was good into it. They made people really obnoxious by making them really quick-witted. And, hey, look at this, I have some Romulan beer, I have some... Oh, look, there's a bat'leth. Oh, caught my hand on the bat'leth. Oh, my God, sorry, I stabbed you in the leg with that bat'leth. Oh, my God, let's go to the hospital. Oh, dear, everyone's infected.
It was just some of the humour or jokes of circumstance that I enjoyed in the first one. I don't know, one of the things that sticks out to me is when the doctor says to the captain in the first episode, and you don't have much time left, Captain, and Mariner says, ooh, should have washed them hands. I don't know why. I thought it was funny.
Makes me think of Joe Duffy. That's a joke no one will get.
Stay safe, wash your hands.
Stay safe, wash your hands.
Right, yeah, I suppose we can wrap this up there. So, as it stands, it is 1-for-1 on who enjoyed what episode. I enjoyed 1. Colm enjoyed 2. maybe next week, both of us will enjoy 3.
3. Yes. So, if you like what you see, if you enjoy what you saw, remember to hit the like and subscribe button. And of course, remember to comment below what your opinions were on the episode. Did you watch the episode? Did you pay CBS to watch this episode like we did? I hope not. But, if you did watch it, comment below. This has gone on far too long, but I really want to know what you guys actually thought, because I feel like when we're just talking to each other, it is a bit of a vacuum. So, guys, for the Hologrumps, I've been Colin.
And I've been Liam.
And remember, stay safe. Wash your hands.
And existence is futile.